Good morning, retail traders. This is the Sneaky Snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. The last couple of years, I have developed a trading strategy, and I keep adding on to it and adding on to it. It's a knife catching strategy for like good stocks that do have a sell off. You can jump right in them and scalp them for great gains, and it boils down to a lot of things, but 1, 2, 3 is a simple answer to the whole equation. But for right now, I'm going to make a pack. I'm going to take 20% of my weekly earnings this week, and I'm going to donate it to some friends that I have in Hawaii that were stuck in that fire, that have lost family members and lost almost every possession that they own. I used to have a job working at Pictures Plus, and I developed and made a lot of good friends over there, and I'm slowly getting in contact with a few of them. And so I told them that I'm going to take 20% of what I make this week and send it off to them so they could, at least have something to eat and maybe some shelter. So a moment of silence for a second, and then we'll get into the 1, 2, 3. Strategy depends all about wisdom and patience. If you have patience, you're able to take this trade, and it's built on a sell-off, consolidation, and then confirmation. And if you just use patience and are able to count to 3, I think you can get in a lot of these trades that I'm calling out at the bottom. And we're going to pull this up, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I have a Tesla charted up here, and I called this trade out last Friday. I said we're starting a little snake here. And on the third dip, let's see if we can catch this snake. So I noticed the third dip. 1, 2, 3. Then on the bottom of that snake, we had what you call a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3. I'll draw that trend line on it. So this is at the end of the snake, and you've developed the third dip right here, right on that area. And this here is a bullish candle right there. So when you're taking the snake, let's get over here a little bit. You're looking for a knife. So far we couldn't hold that 200 EMA, and then she finally dipped on down. And then 1, 2, 3, she started to consolidate. Once she consolidated, we had that big breakout. So once it broke out of the snake, that was the time to jump into this trade and run it up here to this resistance level. That resistance level, you take the body of that candle right there to the body of that one, run it to the right, boom, boom, boom. So after the snake, you were able to scalp this trade. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. There, the snake, when they start to consolidate, 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. And you can play that channel inside of that there trend line and scalp it also, as long as it held that support level right there. You scalp that probably 2 or 3 times just right in that little period of time. So the number 1, 2, 3, it's easy as ABC. Michael Jackson. I even took something from Michael Jackson and made a trade out of it. And it's true with chart patterns. If you're out of a snake and you break into an ascending triangle or a symmetrical flag or some kind of wedge, 9 out of 10 times, if it does not break out of that third dip, 1, 2, 3. For example, here's your pattern right here. You've got your 1, 2, 3, and you've got your flag. You got your descending triangle. Downward wedge right there. So you got snake into a downward wedge, boom. You got 1, 2, 3. She's going to sell off. If she doesn't break out that third time, take your profit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, if your snake started right here, if you decide to go ahead and chart this thing up right here, draw your downward wedge. Breaks out, pulls back, boom. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she breaks out, pulls back, boom, scalps. Here's one right here. Draw your snake out. 1, 2, 3, boom. She breaks out of the channel, pulls back, boom. So the snake allows you to go ahead and notify the breakout. She'll pull back every time. She'll pull back every time. That gives you plenty of time to take this trade, to jump in it and scalp it to the upside. Here's your support right here. Now this is called an inverse head and shoulders. Take and run that to the right. Extend that out to the right. She pulls back and hits the right shoulder. There's your head. 1, 2, 3, boom. Bounces right off that right shoulder line. Here's your head right here. Your left shoulders were developed, and then your right. So you got your snake, your inverse head and shoulders, breakout, pull back, boom. So everything is in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Out of the snake right here. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You understand what I'm saying right there? Let's take this off of here. Well, we got the head and shoulders, so we identified that. Now it's created the pattern. We have and she broke out. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Pull back, then take the trade and run it up to a double top. Simple as that. Get out of the trade at a double top. That's the pattern to get out of the trade. So yeah, it's real simple. ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. I think you can make a lot of money. Look at that run. I was calling this support out in the room. Had 214.50 support level, and we dipped on down below it, created that inverse head and shoulders right here. See, there's always many ways to chart up a chart. Here's your head and shoulders, and this is your shoulder line right there. So you take and run your shoulder line all the way across. Extend this to the left. That's your head. This is your inverse head and shoulders. So you know to take that trade once she comes back down here. 1, 2, 3, boom. So that's how it's done. Retail traders, I wish you a great day. This was Friday's trade. Sneaky snake trading strategy, where patience is the companion of wisdom. Sneaky snake trading strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now.